Hello students, this is Aditya Chakraborty. Today I am going to solve the numerical problems of DC generator. You can see here the first numerical problem. The statement is that a lap-wound DC shunt generator having 60 slots with 10 conductors per slot generates at no load an EMF of 400 volt when running at 1000 RPM. At what speed it be rotated to generate a voltage of 220 volt on open circuit. So here you can see the given data. At first, the number of conductors, that is equals to Z. So 10 conductors per slot and 8 number of slots are present. So total number of conductor, that is slots into number of conductors per slot, equals to 80 into 10, that is 800 number of conductors. And for lap winding, we know that parallel path, that is A, equals to number of P. The parallel path means the conductor present between two brush. So in case of this generator, A equals to the number of poles, or A equals to P. Now the EMF equation, E, or the generated EMF, equals to N, that is the speed in RPM of generator, that is 1000 RPM, into P into phi, that is flux per pole, P is the number of pole, into Z by 60 into A. A is the parallel path. So according to the problem, the generated EMF is 400 volt. So 400 volt equals to 1000 RPM, that is the speed, into phi, that is flux per pole, into 800, that is Z or number of conductors, into P by 60 into A. In case of lap winding, P and A both are same. So phi equals to 400 into 60 by 1000 into 800 equals to 0.03 Weber. That is the flux per pole, or phi. Let N1 be the speed of rotation to generate 220 volt on open circuit. That means the terminal voltage is 220 volt and the generated EMF is also 220 volt. In case of open circuit, we can't find out the terminal voltage, that is the generated voltage. So 220 equals to, that is N1 into 0.03 into 800. 800 is the number of conductors, this is constant, by 60 into P by A. The value of P by A equals to 1 because A equals to P. So N1 equals to 220 into 60 by 0.03 into 800, that is equals to 550 RPM. So in case of open circuit, the speed of the generator is 550 RPM. So this is the first problem. Now we are going to discuss the second problem. So the statement of the problem is an 8-pole generator has 500 armature conductors. That means P or pole equals to 8. 500 armature conductors means Z equals to 500 and has a useful flux per pole equals to 0.065 Weber. That means phi equals to 0.065 Weber. What will be the EMF generated if it is lap connected and runs at 1000 rpm? So you have to find out the generated EMF when the generator winding is lap connected, and rpm is 1000 rpm. That means n equals to, or in first case that is n1 equals to 1000 rpm. What must be the speed at which it is to be driven to produce the same EMF if it is wave wound? If the EMF is same and if it is in wave connection, then what will be the speed of the generator? You have to find out. That means in both of these two conditions the EMF is same. So at first we have to find out the EMF, that is E1. So E1, that means the generated EMF, equals to N1, that is the speed, 1000 rpm, P, number of poles, phi Z by 60 into A. Phi is the flux or flux per pole, Z is the number of conductor, and A is the parallel path. So in case of lap winding, A equals to P, so P by A equals to 1. So that is equals to 1000 into 0.065 into 500 by 60 into P by A, that is 1. So U1 equals to 541.67 volt. And according to the problem, we know that in second case or in case of wave connection, the EMF is same. So E2 equals to E1, and E2 equals to N2 into 8, that is number of pole, into phi into Z by 60 into 2, because this is the wave connection or wave wound. So parallel path, or A equals to 2. Now if we equating these two equation, then 8 into phi Z by 60 into 2 equals to, in case of first equation, 8 N1 phi Z by 60 into 8. So N2 equals to N1 into 2 by 8. So N1 equals to, we know that 1000 rpm. So 1000 into 2 by 8, that is equals to 250 rpm. So in case of wave wound generator, or in case of wave connection or wave winding in armature, we have seen that the speed is reduced and it is 250 rpm. So this is the second numerical. Now I am going to discuss about the numerical number 3. So here you can see a long shunt compound generator. So in case of compound generator, there is two windings. One is series winding, another is shunt winding. So long shunt compound generator delivers a load current of 50 ampere at 500 volt, and the resistance of armature, series field and shunt fields are respectively 0.05 ohm, 0.03 ohm and 250 ohm respectively. Calculate the generated EMF and the armature current, and allow 1 volt per brush for contact drop. So let us discuss about the circuit diagram. You can see here IA is the armature current. The value of load current, that is I, equals to 50 ampere, and the terminal voltage equals to 500 volt, or the load voltage, that is V, equals to 500 volt, and the armature resistance, that is RA, equals to 0.05 ohm, and the shunt field resistance, that is RAC, equals to 0.03 ohm, and this is the series field resistance, that is RAC, equals to 0.03 ohm, and the shunt field resistance, that is RSH, equals to 250 ohm. So now the brush contrast drop, 1 volt per brush, that means there are 2 numbers of brush are present, so the total brush drop is 2 volt. Now according to the KCL at node K, that is IA equals to ISC, because the armature current or the total armature current is fed to the series winding, and according to the KCL at node A, the IAC or IA equals to ISH plus I, that is the IAC is divided into 2 parts. One is ISH, which is supplied to the RSH or shunt field winding resistance, and I is supplied to the load circuit. Now we have to calculate at first the value of ISH. So you can see here there are 2 meshes are present. Okay, one is DK A B C D, and one is DK A H F D. So between these 2 meshes, the common EMF is, the value is E. So according to the KVL, the same voltage drop in the load side or in the load resistance and in the shunt field resistance. That means if we assume the shunt field resistance is VSH, then according to KVL, VSH is equals to the V. So now ISH equals to VSH by RSH, and if according to KVL V equals to VSH, then 500 by 250 equals to 2 ampere. So the value of ISH equals to 2 ampere, and the value of the load current, that is I, equals to 50 ampere. So according to the KCL at node A, the value of IA equals to 50 plus 2 equals to 52 ampere. And by KVL in mesh DKABCD, that is, we know the EMF equals to the total potential drop. So in this mesh, the total potential drop is, that is at first the armature voltage drop, that is IA into RA. So IA is 52 and RA is 0.05 plus voltage drop in brush, that is equals to 2 volt, plus the voltage drop in the series resistance, that is RAC, that is IRAC into RRAC, that is 0.03 into 52, plus the load voltage drop, that is 500 volt. So equals to 506.16 volt. So this is the total induced EMF in the armature of this long shunt compound generator. Okay, so this is the numerical number 3. Now the numerical number 4. A shunt generator gives full load output of 30 kilowatt at a terminal voltage of 200 volt. That means the terminal voltage, if we connect a voltmeter in the load terminal of the generator, we can calculate the 200 volt is the terminal voltage, and full load power output, that is 30 kilowatt. The armature and shunt field resistance are 0.05 ohm and 50 ohm respectively. The iron and frictional losses are 1000 watt. Calculate the generated EMF, copper losses and efficiency. So first is the voltage or the terminal voltage. The given data are 200 volt, that is terminal voltage, and the full load power output, that is 30 kilowatt, that means 30 into 10 to the power 3 watt. RA or armature resistance, that is 0.05 ohm. RSH, that is 50 ohm, and total loss, that is iron loss plus frictional loss, equals to 1000 watt. So from this equation or from this given data, we can calculate the load current. That is, we know that power equals to voltage into current. In case of DC, P equals to V into I, that means I equals to P by V. So P is 30 into 10 to the power 3 by 200, that is 150 ampere. If the load voltage is 200 volt or terminal voltage is 200 volt, then according to this data, the value of load current is 150 ampere. And ISH equals to V by RSH. This is a shunt generator. So in case of shunt generator, the value of voltage drop in the shunt field is always equal to the value of voltage drop in the load side or the load circuit, equals to 200 by 50, that is 4 ampere. And in case of shunt generator, IA equals to I plus ISH, because the armature current is divided into two parts. One is fed to the load circuit and another is to the shunt field resistance, that is RSH. So that means the armature current equals to 150 plus 4, that is 154 ampere. That is the generated current or armature current. So now the generated EMF according to the KVL, that is EG equals to V plus IRA, that is 200 plus IA, that means 154 into RA 0.05 equals to 207.7 volt, that is the induced EMF or generated EMF. And copper loss means the I square R loss in the windings and in the conductors. So there are two copper losses, one in armature winding, another is field winding, that is shunt field winding. That is equals to I square IA square RA, that is the copper loss in the armature winding. Another is ISH square RSH, that is in shunt field winding. So equals to 154 square into 0.05 plus 4 square into 50. So total copper loss equals to 1985.8 watt. And now the efficiency. So efficiency means output by input, or you can say input equals to output plus total losses. So we can see here mainly three losses. One is copper loss, and one is iron loss and frictional loss. So we know that iron loss plus frictional loss equals to 1000 watt, and output is 30 kilowatt. So the output is 30 into 10 to the power 3 watt, and by input means output plus total losses. So output means 30 into 10 to the power 3 watt plus copper loss is 1985.8 watt plus iron and frictional losses according to the problem, that is 1000 watt, equals to 0.9095, or if we calculate it from in form of percentage, or if we multiply 100 with this, the efficiency is 90.95%. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.